this video, I will discuss how sex is a preferred method for entity attachments and how engaging in this ritualistic act unconsciously is creating a morphed society with divine masculines and divine feminines on the verge of extinction. Now, for myself, breaking this down makes complete sense on a metaphysical level. It's very apparent. So I will do my best to really explain this to you in case you are still having difficulties relating the physical as energetic. And we will definitely get into it later in this video because it's absolutely crazy how it's continuously becoming more inverted. Sex is the act of penetration, while sexual energy can be strong in thriving in someone without any sex. Now, this video is not about not having sex. It's about understanding it from all perspectives. So let's get started. Now, I'm really, really passionate about this topic because I have made these mistakes in the past. Okay. I have been a product of social engineering and I've had to walk down those paths for years at a time because I was unconscious of them. And I can also see how people can be blind to this. So I teach through experience. The other thing that baffles me is how the interdimensional beings seem to understand the potency of human sexual energy more than humans. It's absolutely crazy. We have been programmed to see things only from a physical perspective. So sex either means lust, love, pregnancy, or STDs. This is what we're taught from school. And parents, they give you the talk. It's not the talks. It's the talk. So if your parents even gave you the talk, just think about how crazy that is. It's like you get the talk and now you've been versed. Your parents have done their duty. But even if they try to talk to you about this further on, it's likely going to only be what they've been programmed to believe and what their experiences have been. And we're constantly evolving and constantly growing in societies, constantly being engineered to add more facets to it that they're already not even up to par to give you advice. So you don't even take it seriously. Another way we learn about this type of stuff, obviously, is through countless movies, TV shows, music, all this type of lifestyle they're showing out there. That's really what starts to construct the youth's perspective on sexuality. And by the time they realize better, they've already been drained of their sexual energy and they've never really learned how to be sovereign on their own and how to harness their own sexual energy. Even if you're in a loving relationship with a healthy sex life, you could still not be honing your sexual energy, which is so potent. It is all of creation. It is creativity. It is what brings us into higher states of consciousness, which is why the dark energies in the astral planes have a big advantage over physically based humans. Sex is a preferred method for a lot of them. People pick up entity attachments through sex. You don't just absorb the sexual fluids, but you are consenting to invite anything that's within that person's energy field to come into yours while you're having sex. If you're consenting to sex, you're consenting to more than just the physical act. So in the same way that people often relate STDs, sexually transmitted diseases, we need to be more versed and look at sex like STDs, sexually transmitted demons. That's the other STD. That's what school and media, basically anything in the real world, which is actually the inverted world, has never taught you. Sex is a way for energies to create a powerful cord with your energetic field so that entities that the partner has, those entities have been absorbing his loosh extracted by certain toxic thoughts that they can send flashing visuals to you, giving you worst case scenarios and emotions associated with the entity itself. So it's basically getting you to match its frequency. It does this through whispering in your ear, quote unquote, by manipulating your own energy field and knowing exactly your weaknesses in your aura and within your own energy centers and your own energy field. So the astral energies that linger in people end up emotionally programming them. These entities are not like humans. They don't see a human being the way we have compassion towards our fellow human beings. Like they're in a different dimension. So they don't see humans the same way. Some of these astral beings are just toxic shit in the human collective unconsciousness, finding a way to morph itself into an astral creature and then find people who resonate with that. You don't need to be totally messed up in your life to have this happen to you. If there's something within you that you're suppressing and you've buried away so deeply within you, you now have a blockage. And then guess what? The astral energy has found a vibrational match. Even if it's something so deep within you, you've almost forgotten about it. So that's why it's so important to do all of that inner work and really become the alchemizer, the energetic alchemizer of your reality, so that you can dump all of that stuff that no longer, you don't have to carry that anymore. So let's talk about what we can do about this. And in this video, I'm not really going to talk about why you're doing this. That's something that, the list can be this long, especially if it's a male versus a female. Sometimes the reasons are a little bit differently. I mean, we can all say, oh, it all leads down to we want love or attention. We seek validation. Maybe our self-esteem is low. But really that's something you should start to uncover yourself. And if you feel like you could be this has happened to you, if you're engaging in promiscuous sex, if you're in a toxic relationship, if you just have sex with random people, you can overcome this as well. So no need to fear. I'm not bringing this out here to promote fear. It's always about becoming conscious and bringing light to what has either we ignore or what we just didn't know. So let's talk about how we can begin to transmute and become our own energetic alchemist. So we become the energetic alchemist the moment we decide we are. So leave behind the doubt and the worry, because there's no room for any of that. The key is purification of the mind, the body, the energies you surround yourself in. It might sound like a lot, but every stride you take towards purification process is amazing, and it's incredibly empowering. And I will have more upcoming videos about this. So purify the mind, because the purpose of sex, beside procreating and having a blissful experience with your sacred partner, is also to awaken your higher consciousness. So when you have two conscious individuals having sex, their thoughts, their minds remain purified while making love. They're not thinking about so-and-so and such, right? And their focus is primarily on sending the other love. And so just like your heart is an infinite portal of giving and receiving love, this ritualistic act of sex with your sacred partner is the same thing as well, except it's directed towards them. So the focus is united to send love to one another while raising each other's energy fields. The auras are charging each other. Think of two batteries in a remote control. We got like the one with the positive going this way and then the negative below it, and it's the opposite. Same thing when you're with your partner. Opposite forces are needed to create this chemical and electrical force. So purify your vessel, release blockages, cut your cords, the ones you're conscious about and the ones you're unconscious about. So if you're not sure, like if you sense something's going on with you and you're not quite sure where it resonated from, maybe you picked something up from a dream, maybe there's some sort of ties you made before coming into this reality, you can cut them just by stating that. And so I have a video that I'll put in the description down below, and it's a step-by-step ritual banishment guide. And that's what it's for. It's for cutting cords with people. It's for cutting certain thought forms. So if you're suffering from desire or lust, which is what these entities do the best, definitely check that out. Also, keep your space cleansed daily. So you can do small rituals every day, like lighting your sage, lighting your smokes, your incense, sacred tobacco, whatever you have to do to keep your space cleansed. Also organize your stuff, start taking accountability for your direct environment, organize the clutter, get rid of the things that no longer need to be there that you may be just holding on to. And finally, coming back to our true mother, the elements, connect with the natural energy streams and grid lines. Stay away from people. Like when you're purifying, stay away from people. Spend as much time as you can in nature. Set your alarm, turn the Wi-Fi off, and spend at least an hour in nature. No distractions. When you come to nature with respect and you're humble with a pure intention, she will help cleanse you. Put your feet on the floor, hands on the floor, touch the earth, and she will naturally cleanse you. As you can cleanse yourself as well, she can help you so much. So definitely recommend this one, and develop a relationship with nature, just like you would with a very close partner or friend. You don't just wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, once in a while show up. You show up consistently. You show up ready to learn from her and ready to be cleansed by her. And in return, you give her gratitude. Also, something for the ladies I can recommend is Yoni Steams. So there's different types of Yoni Steams. This is like a steam bath for your womb space. And depending on what you want to focus the steam depending on what you want to focus your Yoni Steam on, you can use different types of herbs. So sage, they have plantain plant as well. Also, I know that you use a lot of mugwort. So just depending on what you want, if you have any issues down there, whether it's like painful menstrual cramps or infections or whatever, all those lovely things that ladies can encounter from time to time down there, great way to treat that holistically. You can do it at home. There's kits you can buy. Or if you're in the US, check out Groupon. I know they have a lot of sales on that with local places that offer Yoni Steams. So to kind of wrap this up, the ones that program society have done an incredible job of really putting humans on the wrong path when it comes to sex and sexual energy, because the number one thing that they fear the most is not just awakening people, right? They're not just fearing us awakening to the reality, but it's awakened humans coming into their power. Okay. And that's what divine masculine and divine feminine is. And so when I say, tap into your divine masculine, it's not fluffy. A divine feminine and a divine masculine, their energy, especially when they work together, that's why all relationships are so just that you see out there, right? They're not healthy. A human that is divine masculine or divine feminine is fully coming into their God self in this reality. And both energies activated within this can just change so much in the reality. And they take full action. People that are tapped into the divine masculine, divine feminine, they take full action and full accountability of their reality. Therefore, they restore the reality and bring balance into the reality, just like they had to do within themselves. So as within, so without. However, a weak masculine takes orders. They don't create things from themselves. They take orders and they bend the knee. So hence we have a society of men and women who have been morphed into a weaker species, more dependent on the matrix Maya. And, I'm going to bring this up really quickly because I wanted to bring this up in another video too. So I'll just do it now. The rollout of cell phones and Black Mirror devices had a primary focus on this agenda, in my opinion, to further enslave the minds of the reality into a scrolling society. But what are they scrolling on? And what's taking most of the energy when they're scrolling? So in my opinion, all of this free porn and succubus posts from girls was a major part of their plan when rolling this stuff out. They're not giving us this technology. A lot of this technology isn't coming from people. This is alien technology. So don't think they're doing it to make our lives easier. But if you're smart and you're conscious and you're aware, of course you can do that. But most people just don't get that. So you guys, like I said, this happened to me. I was highly influenced from television, from media, from music. It wasn't even people in my life. It was people I didn't know that I saw behind these devices. So trust me, I get it. My life was chaotic at that time. Okay. It takes you on many dark paths. So if you're still encountering this and you're trying to remain conscious of the reality and you're doing everything else, but sex still seems to be something you haven't been able to really tame the mind with, then I definitely advise you to start doing the work and taking some of those tips, take them really seriously, and you can definitely find a way out of it. So remember, our wombs are portals between the spiritual realm and the physical. We carry and deliver unborn spirits into this realm. We are very, very, very magical beings here. So don't you forget that. If you like this video, please hit the like and subscribe to my channel, share with a friend. Also check out the links in my description. I would love to see you guys in our private community and inside the School of Mysticism, where we can really be uncensored fully. So check out the link for that. And I also have my personal one-on-one classes that are on sale now for all of January and half of February. So check that out. This is the best way to work with me and the most inexpensive. So hope you guys enjoy this, and I will see you soon.